Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day 17 of our How to Read Quran series, a program on the Quranology Institute's YouTube channel. Today I will be speaking about the end goal of the Quranic program. Now, and if you are a fan of self-improvement or business development type books, you will be familiar with a name like Stephen Covey, for example. Covey in the 90s, I think it was, he wrote a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in this book, one of the principles, I can't remember which habit it was, but he said, you should begin with the end in mind. And I thought, wow, this is brilliant. And it was only later on when I became a Quranist and I started studying Quran seriously that I understood that Quran has been saying this for 1400 years. In Quran, there are a number of goals which tells us where to go in this life. Almost like a compass, if you will. It orientates you to the right direction. And it begins with the story of Adam itself. In the story of Adam disobeyed Allah and he fell from the garden. But Allah does not leave it there. Allah gives him the kalimat or the words so he may return. Return to what? To the state of Jannah fil ard, or the garden on earth. Indeed, this is the end goal of Quran for us in this life, which is to return to that utopian state. It's ironic in this day and age, but that is the goal. But Quran also has an otherworldly goal, the akhirah goal. In the akhirah goal, and this is also highly emphasized in Quran, it tells you what will happen on Judgment Day, or the day of resurrection, or the day of account. And during that time, you will see that by reading about this end goal, you will understand that if you are reading Quran with the correct orientation. Say, for example, Quran is not going to ask you on Judgment Day what is the tafsir of the word jinn. Now, in Quranic circles, people ask this question a lot. What is the jinn? It's a fair question. We should understand it. But God is not going to ask you that on Judgment Day. So if the knowledge you have proves useful to that end, that's great. But if not, don't panic about it. I mean, the purpose of Quran is not to become a Quran scholar. The purpose of Quran is to provide us salvation in this life and the next. If you see the difference, you will understand that reading Quran has to have a practical purpose. I would ask you to also look at chapter 17, verses 13 to 14, thereabouts. Verse 13 tells you that your ta'ir, or your destiny, is tied to you. And verse 14 says, Iqra kitabak, read your book, referring to your book of deeds. Kafa bi nafsik al yawm, enough is your soul this day. Alayka hasiba, upon you as an account. So it is your soul which will give the account on Judgment Day. And if you do the right thing, you do the correct instruction, you perform the correct instruction as instructed by Allah, then you will attain that correct result. Actually, you can understand it by measuring your results in this life as well. So if you are performing the right thing, then this life itself, you will experience the signs which will thus manifest into Judgment Day. Have a look as well at chapter 39, verses 69 onwards, where Allah will open the book of deeds and will show you, okay, here is what you did on Judgment Day. And there Allah says all your deeds will be wufiyat, or fulfilled. So it boils down to deeds. Whatever you do, whatever your understanding is, do it. This is the point. Bring about goodness. And the keyword here is amal. Amal is work or deeds. Now, amal can be amal hasana, bringing about the goodness as exemplified by the names of Allah, the Asma'ul Husna. See, I'm saying Hasana, Husna, Hasana, Husna. So if you bring about the Amal Hasana, then you are bringing about those good deeds in this life. Another word which is attached to amal is amal soleh. Amal soleh is amal which brings about reconciliation in this life. It brings about a state of fertility in this life. So again, I mean, it is the opposite of what terrorists do, right? I mean, I'm digressing, but just to make a little point there, it is the opposite. It is about building something as opposed to destroying something. Have a look as well at chapter 99, which is a very short chapter. I think it is 8 verses long. And it's called Al-Zalzalah. And for those, if you look at verses 6 to 8, in verse 6, it speaks about Yasduru Nasu Ashtata. The mankind will be brought forth on that day, dealing with their amal. Amalahum is mentioned there. So there you can see that your deeds will matter. And it says, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ, those who work, مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرٍ, even in atoms of good, يَرَهُ, they shall see it. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ, those who perform the bad deeds, even an atom's worth, shall see it. So that is the point. The end point of Quran is for you to perform the amal, whether it be amal hasana, amal salihah, or amal khair. These three are actually one. They are different aspects of amal. But if you do it in this life, then your nafs or your soul will be infused by it. And when it is infused by it, it will bear witness for you on Judgment Day. But you may ask the question, how does this affect my reading? Because this is the purpose of this entire exercise, how to read Quran. Well, as I said, when you read Quran, always ask, what is the amal? What amal can I extract from this? Because everything in Quran has an application. So let's say if you say, okay, well, you know what? Jinn are actually dinosaurs. I'm going for that outlandish opinion here. How does this affect your reading? It probably doesn't. Even if you say jinn were some kind of spiritual beings, this probably wouldn't affect your reading. So you need to find an interpretation which you can apply. The point is not the interpretation itself. The point is the application and to extract amal from it. Amal is the key word. It means deed or work. So many thanks for watching this video, and I hope to speak to you about surahs, chapters, and its openings tomorrow. And have a great day. Bye.